So today we will discuss about motivation. What is the motivation process? The motivation process is before going to the motivation process, we have to understand the definition. According to Stephen P. Robbins, the definition is the willingness to exert high level of effort towards organizational goals, conditions by conditioned by effort's ability to satisfy some individual need. So first of all, we have certain need. If you look at the process, there you will find that we have certain need. Suppose you are thirsty, you are hungry. So you have a need for water and you have a need for food. So that is the physiological or deficiency you have. It could be some psychological deficiency also. Like if you are looking for some companionship, or if you are looking for some friendship, that is your psychological need. So physiological, psychological need is there, and individual behaves in a certain manner. That is the drive. That means they will. That is the effort that you are putting. There is a change in your organizing, in your behavior. So you are trying to behave in a certain manner so that you can achieve your goal. So what is your goal? When you are hungry, your goal is to get food. So you are trying to get food. So what you are making you to try for food, that is the drive. So there is a force, there is a drive that is always pushing you towards the achievement of goal. So first of all, Maslow's hierarchy of need. In this particular need hierarchy, we have at the basic uh, at the basic of this pyramid, or the base of this pyramid, we have the physiological need. So in case of organization, like in general, we can say that food is the basic requirement, shelter is the basic requirement. But when we are talking about organization, there we need the basic payments, the place where we are working, the this workspace that we need. So these are the basic requirement. Some basic payment is our basic requirement or physiological need. Then we have the safety and security, the job security, the insurance or safety of the safety of the workplace. So these things will be our safety or security need. Then we have social need. That is the relationship that we are looking for in the organization with our co-workers, with our superior, with our subordinate, with our customers. So that is our social need. Then the esteem need, some important project we are looking for. We want to get involved in some important project. We will get some recognition for our performance, and we will get some prestigious office location. That is our esteem need. Then self-actualization need. When we are getting the opportunity to work for a very challenging project, some opportunity for innovation, like some innovative things we are doing, some creative things we are doing, so that will be self-actualization need. So, what we find, like in case of hierarchy of work motivation, these are the certain needs. And according to Maslow, when you have uh, the physiological need, and if the physiological need will be fulfilled, then the next need, that is the safety or security need, will work as a motivating factor. So then it will work as motivators. Again, when the safety and security need will get fulfilled, then this safety and security is not going to give you any motivation. So, social need will be working as a motivating factor. Now, when the social need will get fulfilled, this social need is not anymore working as a motivating factor. Then the esteem need will motivate you. When the esteem need will be fulfilled, then it will not going to motivate you. Now the self actualization need is going to motivate you. Okay, now we will do the theory X and theory Y. In this theory, this particular theory is developed by Douglas McGregor. It is developed by Douglas McGregor, and in this theory, we have theory X and theory Y. Under this particular theory, we have theory X and theory Y. Two types of theories or concepts are there. According to theory X, what the managers are thinking, what the managers have an idea about their employee. Or according to theory X, what we can say, like the managers will be following authoritarian style of leadership, authoritarian style of management, and they have certain assumptions. So this theory is talking about certain assumptions. According to theory X, the assumption is the employees are lazy. They are not interested to do work. They are not ambitious. They are not interested to learn something. They are not interested to take some extra responsibilities. They don't want to lead any team, or they are having some self interest. They are not thinking about the organizational interest. And the management, what the management is doing, management is always trying to control everything, the money, material, equipment, people, everyone. And the manager will control his employees, that means the people, and they will control their effort. They need to motivate them, they need to modify the behavior of the employee. That means when you are modifying the behavior, when you are supposed to motivate your employee, that means you have you have the control over your employee. So that is the idea of the management. So the management is trying to control, the manager is trying to control their employee or his employee. The management must intervene, or they are intervening to keep the employees working. So all the time we are measuring whether what is their performance, whether they're working or not. Ultimately, whether means for that, what we will do, we have to punish them, we have to give them reward, we need to motivate them. So everything, that means from external sources we are getting everything. So so what is the idea of this theory X, that as an individual, as an employee, I am not self motivated, I am not interested, or I am not very much interested to learn something, to I'm not interested to find some opportunity so that I can lead a team, and I would love to get some new extra responsibility. That is not there. What is there? These people are lazy. These people do not love to work. They do not prefer to lead some team. So what we have to do as a manager, what we will do, we will control them, we will motivate, we will punish, we will observe, we will monitor. So, what kind of leadership style or management style we are using? We are choosing the authoritarian style of management. So, all the authority is in the hand of the management. So, the management is controlling the behavior of the employee. Then comes the theory why, just the opposite of it. So, according to this theory why, what are the assumptions? The assumptions are like the average human does not inherently dislike work. So it is not necessarily it is not necessary that they will dislike work. So all the employees will dislike work. They are creative in nature. They are self motivated. That I was talking. Like these people, in case of theory X, they are not self motivated. We need to, as a manager, we have to motivate them. They like to work with greater responsibilities, and they are self-directed, self-controlled. Just the opposite. There we have seen that that managers are controlling the employee. Managers are controlling the behavior of the employee. They are always observing, monitoring, motivating, punishing. So here, the employees are self directed, self controlled, and therefore, the threat of punishment is not only the means for getting the desired result. So, what there we are doing, we are giving them punishment so that in fear of punishment, they will do the work. So, we are controlling them, we are controlling their behavior. But here, we are not controlling their behavior. There is no need to give them this threat of punishment. The extent to which an employee is committed to objectives is determined by the rewards associated with their achievement. So they're getting some reward, they're getting some, they're feeling this sense of achievement that is there. So that is motivating them. So the satisfaction, the self actualization need that they have, if that is getting fulfilled. So if you look at the uh, Maslow's hierarchy, there we have seen some physiological needs, some safety security needs. These are there. When we are getting some recognition, when we are getting some promotion, so that is working as a motivator. So, this is also something that when you are getting some satisfaction from your job, so that will motivate you. Means there is no requirement that the manager will always motivate you. These are the things will motivate you. So here, what style of management we are using? We are using participative style of management. So what will happen? That means when you are following participative style of management, so you are giving respect to your employees. You are delegating some authority, some responsibility. So the employees will be self-directed. They can control themselves. The managers are not needed to control them, their behavior. They do not need to control. So these people are self-motivated, self-directed uh, to accomplish the organizational objective. So another important thing, like in the previous, in the theory X, we have seen we are thinking about our self-interest, not about the organizational interest. But here we are thinking about the organizational interest. So that's the difference. Thus, here the management attempts to get maximum output with least effort on their part. So, because they are self motivated, self controlled, so self directed, so everything they are doing on their own. So, the manager has less role to play, less effort to put to control the employee. There is actually no need to control. Now we will talk about the Herzberg's two-factor theory of motivation. Now, what is this? In case of Herzberg's two-factor theory of motivation, we have two things. One is motivated, another is hygiene factor. Now, what is this hygiene factor? Hygiene factors are some factors, some job factors that is necessary, very important. It should be there in the organization. So, if you look at the examples, it will be easy to understand. Like the payment. The pay or salary structure should be appropriate and reasonable. It must be equal and competitive to those in the same industry, in the same domain. So compared to other industry, means compared to other company within the same industry, and I think that companies together, they've or the firm, they've together form the industry. Like all the company who are producing, who are involved in manufacturing automobiles, so they are separate companies, but they belong to the same industry. That is the automobile industry. Got it? So here we what we are doing when we are working in the organization, we are when you are working in bank, so you will compare with another bank. You are under banking industry, so same industry you belong to, both of you. So you will compare your salary with your friend's salary who is working in some separate bank, but both of you are in the same industry. Got it? So it must be equal and competitive to those in the same industry, in the same domain. Company policies and administrative policies. The company policy, like different types of company policy could be there, like working hour, whether it is flexible or fixed working hour. It is what is the dress code? What are the leisure time or breaks we are getting, or vacation we are, holidays we are getting, leaves we are getting. So all these things are there. Fringe benefits like different healthcare plans, uh, physical working conditions like safety, security, hygiene, these things, and the status of the employee in the organization, interpersonal, or we can say the social relationship, the social needs that we are looking for in the organization, security associated with the job. So all these things, these are certain basic things. If you look at the Maslow's hierarchy, there also we have physiological need at the bottom of the pyramid, and after that we had the safety and security need. So these things are certain basic things we need require. So if this is present, if we are getting payment, if we are having proper working condition, so what will happen? Will it motivate me? No, it is not going to motivate me. These are the basic requirements. It is not going to motivate me. If it is present, so we can avoid dissatisfaction. So these do not lead to positive satisfaction for long term. But if these factors are absent, or if these factors are non-existent at workplace, then they lead to dissatisfaction. If you are not getting payment, so that will lead to dissatisfaction. Fine. Hygiene factors are those factors which, when adequate and reasonable in a job, specify the employees and do not make them dissatisfied. So, if you are getting payment, if you are getting the fringe benefits, if you are getting the security, if you are getting a proper environment, so that is preventing you to get dissatisfied. But it is not giving you any motivation. If it is absent, you will be dissatisfied. If it is present, you can avoid dissatisfaction. So we can say it as dissatisfactory or maintenance factors. We need to maintain. So when we are talking about these things, uh, okay, later on I will tell you. Hygiene factors are these things, and after that, motivational factors. What are these motivational factors? Recognition. You have done something, you have accomplished your task, so you will be praised that you have done a well done, you have done a good job. So that is the praise you are getting from your superior. So that means your whatever effort you have given, whatever the dedication you have shown, so you are getting the recognition of that. So that will motivate you. The basic payment is not going to motivate you. It can only prevent dissatisfaction. But motivational factors are like these: recognition, some opportunities, better growth opportunities when you are getting some extra responsibilities. Your superior is delegating you some different sort of responsibility. That means he is depending on you. So what will happen? That will motivate you to work better, to improve your performance. So these things are going to enhance your performance. So these factors motivate the employees for a superior performance. These factors are called satisfiers. So motivational factors are also called satisfiers. These are factors involved in performing the job. Employees find these factors intrinsically rewarding. The motivators symbolized the psychological need that were perceived as an additional benefit. So these are certain psychological needs we are looking for. Now, these two things, when these two things will be there, so we can say, like, if these two things, like motivational factors, if you say that motivational factor is important or the hygiene factor is important, both the factors are important. Why? When you are in the organization, if you are getting the means initially what you require when you are entering into the organization, you need the hygiene factors. Those are the basic requirements. So if you provide your employee those hygiene factors or basic requirements, so you will be able to avoid employee dissatisfaction. And the managers must make sure that the work is stimulating and rewarding. So that means we are talking about what? We are talking about the motivators or the satisfiers or the motivational factors. So that will motivate you. You are giving some reward, you are recognizing him. So that is motivating factor. So both the things are important. If like only motivator is not going to work, first of all this is the basic requirement, you need to fulfill those basic requirement. So you need to fulfill those basic requirements, otherwise otherwise it will be very difficult. Then comes the Alderfer's Erg theory. Alderfer's ERG theory is talking about three types of needs. Like in case of Maslow's, we have seen five needs. And in case of Alderfer's ERG theory, on the basis of these Maslow's theory only, he developed three basic things, three basic needs: existence needs, relatedness needs, and growth need. According to Alderfer, so like he has in this case, like if you look at this diagram, you will be able to understand. Like according to him, this existence, there should be three types of needs only: existence, relatedness, and growth. Existent needs comprises of all those needs that relate to the physiological and safety aspect of human beings. So according to him, we don't need to classify needs into two categories, that will be physiological and safety. So just one category should be there, that is the existence need. So according to him, these safety, physiological need, all these things should come under one particular need only. Fine. Then we can talk about the relatedness need. Like one more name of this thing is like, yes, it is given, I think. Yes, ERG. ERG, sometimes it is named as ERG theory. Alderfer's theory, in ERG theory, two names are there. And so if we talk about the relatedness need, so relatedness needs means we are talking about the only those needs, like the social needs, along with the social need, some portion of the esteem need we are including under this relatedness need. Then we have the growth need. And within this growth need, the total of self actualization would be there. And along with the self actualization, some of the growth, some of the esteem needs should be included. So, according to ERG theory, we have three types of needs only. And according to this particular theory, if a high level need remains unfulfilled, the person may regress to lower level needs that appear easier to satisfy. So, like in the previous case, in case of Maslow's, we have seen that in case of Maslow's, we have seen like when the physiological need is not being fulfilled, so we are not going for the safety need. So when the physiological need will get fulfilled, so it will not work as a motivator. So at the next level need will work as motivator. But according to ESG theory, when the person if his high level need is not getting fulfilled, so again he can come back to the lower level need, and that will be because that will be easy to that will be easy to get and it's easy to satisfy, so he can fulfill that need. Then comes the Mclelland's need theory. According to Mclelland's need theory, we have three types of need. One is power, affiliation, and achievement. So, what is need for power? Power, we know. Power means we how we can influence the behavior of others. So that is the power, the ability to influence others' behavior, that we can say. And what need for power means, I will have the power. I will be able. That means power will come with what? Will with the position you are holding in the organization. So power is related to the position. So what you will do? You will always try to achieve some higher positions, high level position. So what will happen when you will achieve that high level position? You will be able to achieve the power associated with that particular position. So that is the need that is working as a motivator. So some people who are outspoken, they're demanding in nature, practical in nature, they always look for this kind of need for power. They need for affiliation. So people with high need for affiliation, what they prefer, like they will be accepted by everybody. Everybody will love him. Everybody will like him. Everybody will accept him. So no one will. He will not be rejected by anyone. So that's a social need he is having. So that is the sense of affiliation or need for affiliation. So always he is interested to develop some good social relationship, and he loved to enjoy intimacy, and he would like to be by the side of people who is facing some problem, any difficulty they are facing. So these people are looking for need for affiliation. Then comes need for achievement. So need for achievement, like high achievers take moderate risk. According to this According to Mclelland, the high achievers, the people who are interested to achieve high, so they would like to take moderate risk, or we can say the calculated risk. Calculated risk. And high achievers seek to obtain the immediate feedback. Immediate feedback. Why immediate feedback is important? When I will come to know about the response of the people, so then with the help of that, again I can move forward. That will motivate me. From the feedback, I will try to improvise myself. So I'll be able to reach the goal. So once the one when the goal will be set, so I will always try to put my all efforts so that I can achieve that goal. And a person with a high need for achievement accomplish the task that is intrinsically satisfying and is not necessarily so all the time. The material reward or the monetary factor is important, but when I'm accomplishing a particular job, and out of that job I'm getting some satisfaction, this satisfaction is also giving me some pleasure. That is the cash reward, the monetary factor is not so important now. So this satisfaction is also becoming very important for them. So that is the need for achievement. So hence the Mclelland's needs theory posits that the person's level of effectiveness and motivation is greatly influenced by these three basic needs. So different people have different types of needs, and they will these needs will work as motivating factors. It will motivate them, it will improve their performance. So they have different needs, and on the basis of that need, and these needs are going to influence their performance, their behavior in the workplace. Because if you have certain needs of achievement, so accordingly you will work. When you have need of power, so accordingly you will work. Cognitive learning is not there. So that's all.